back at this. Hopefully this time it works. I'll go back and quickly whiz through what I was showing you guys earlier here though. You just pick a spot because we want a 3-unit long side on this cube. Count it. 1, 2, 3. Up. 1, 2, 3. This one. From this corner here. Up. 1, 2, 3, and then connect the dots. So the board is working again. Almost. It's a little off there. There. Okay. Well, I didn't mean to make it double long. Now, that's just one side of the cube. If I take a look at that bottom line there, the bottom dot, and I go left 3 spots, you've got to follow the dot. 1, 2, 3. Now I go up from that spot, up 3, and then back to the other corner. Then finally, take a corner and go over 3, pitch it up to the other side. You got yourself a cube. Now, do you have a cube that looks like that? I think you probably, I could see some people already did. Have you given it a shot, Tamika? You go ahead too. I know. You can come back to that if you didn't. But generally, if you're asked for something 3 units long, count out 3 dots. And you can see how it makes it so much easier to draw 3D stuff when you have this dot paper, right? Because otherwise you're just kind of guessing and stuff like that. Now, I want to just take a look down here. So, here's a 3D drawing of a kind of room. Front wall that's 18 feet long. Find the length of the walls, X, Y, and Z, and the height of the room. The front wall is 18 feet long. That's this one here. What you got to figure out is, if the front wall is 18 feet long, how many dots is that? Well, how many spaces, not dots. There's where you count it, right? So there's 1 space, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this has a 9 to 18 ratio, right? That's the proportion. Does that make sense? 9 spaces gives you 18 feet. From that, if you count any of the squares, you can just double it up. You could set it up as a proportion, you don't have to. So X on here. X looks like it's that little 1 right here, right? So what would 1 square be in feet? 2 feet. X, 2 feet. Y is this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 1 to 2 ratio, so you could probably do Y in your head. How many feet would Y be if it's 5 blocks long? I said it's a 1 to 2 ratio. Where did I get that from? Because it's 9 to 18 over here. I'm going to put that down as 1 to 2, right? So if you've got Y is 5, then it'd be 10, like you said. Yeah. And then Z. Where's that on? Oh, it's at the top there. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So with that 1 to 2 ratio we were talking about, Z has to be 8, well, squares, so that'd be 16 feet. I don't know why I put Z feet down here. I don't need that. Sitting right there. Oh, height. What is the height of this here? Well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. The walls are 4 high. So the height, the walls are 4 spaces high, that's 8 foot walls. Now the other question is, can you look at that and visualize? Like, does that make sense to you? It's a bird's eye view of a room kind of at an angle, right? Okay, you ready to flip stuff like that, eh? Okay, I'll flip around. Here's what. Draw the shape below as an isometric drawing at a scale of 1 to 20. Use the indicated edge as your starting line, and the indicated edge is this one here. So, you see how this is 20 centimeters, so this would also be 20 centimeters in between. We're told to use a scale of 1 to 20, so that'd be 1 block wide. Does that make sense? Now on our drawing, we're going to make this down here, and I'm going to put it low on my page. Actually, it's going to be so small though on this, because we're only supposed to be 1 block wide. You can put it just in the middle somewhere, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to just choose a spot that's kind of in the middle here. Doesn't matter exactly where, but this is my starting point. What I've just done is this spot. Now, so just so I can see more of what I'm going to move this up. Okay, then I'm able to look at both the diagram and my new diagram. So I've done this, check. From this, you notice to the right, 60 centimeters. We're supposed to use a 1 to 20 ratio, so 20 into 60. No, 20 goes into 63 times. So that means I need 3 dots. And I will cover this distance. And I'll do it twice. Once from the top of that, once from the bottom. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm not using a ruler because I can't easily with the, I can't press into the board and draw at the same time. You should, if some of you are really good at freehand sketching and can draw straight lines, fine. But if you're like me, I have to use a ruler on dot paper. Now the next thing I need. Nope. Which one are you on? You doing this? So that's 60. It's a 1 to 20 ratio, so 3 dots. You touch 4 dots, I see, but there's 3 spaces, my mistake. And then let's just join this up, and that's this spot here. And just erase that once. So far we got the front end. Let's start at the bottom again and go to the left. 100 centimeters, but that's divided by 20, right? So the 100 divided by 20, you want? 5, yeah. So we're going to go 5 spots to get this going on here. So I'm going to go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what I got there. I'll make sure people are with me on this, right? How about going up? I've got a 1 to 20 ratio, so the 40 centimeters, that's really 2 spots, right? And I could draw this at the end. 2 squares. Now, I'm going to go from that corner. I'm saving that diagonal portion for later. So I go from this corner back to the right a bit. And that's only going to be 60 centimeters, so that's 3 spots in it. 1, 2, 3. Well, that's why I'm saving it for last. What we're going to do, Zach, is go like this. And then just connect the dots afterwards. Because it won't be along the it won't be along the main dot line. How about this one, though? We'll go from this corner now up. Okay? So we just did this one here. Now we're going to go this direction here. And that's also 60 centimeters, same as over here, right? So it's 3 spots. 1, 2, 3. This is a square, so I'm going to make the other ones end up like that. And then this is exactly what Zach was asking about before. Oh my. Good? Okay. Like Zach was asking, how do we do the last bit? We've got this in here. All we have to do now is just join those spots. So I'm going to join this and join this. Now I didn't use a ruler, so it makes it messier. Yours probably looks a lot nicer than mine. I have a hard time drawing really straight lines on a smart board, unless you're using that line maker. So if I was doing it this way. Make sure you go. There, I just did it quickly with straight lines. There you go. That's what it should look like, right? Does it make sense? Yeah, I like this dot paper actually. Here's the one I like though to do the most. This one gives you the step-by-step drawing, but I want you to actually try it on this first one. We'll just flip back at stuff. The very first thing you need to do is use your ruler, and from the corner of this square, draw lines. 1, 2, 3. The perspective lines. Back to that dot we call the horizon spot. Okay? I'm going to do it as well, but I've got the line maker. So mine is a little easier, but it's like a actually, you know what I'm going to do is make sure you're doing this in pencil, because some of your stuff you're going to have to get rid of out. You need to draw these lines. I did mine freehand as best I could. Some of the secret. I'll get this locked down here so we can move on. Actually, this is in this whole section. I think this kind of drawing is the neatest. Anyways, so you draw lines. So hopefully you did it like this. Now let's take a look at what the next step is, and we'll go back to this page. Now, choose a point. It doesn't matter where it is, but draw it right across. And then after that, you're going to draw one right straight down. I'll show you what I mean. It doesn't matter, as long as it's some distance back. I'm going to choose a line right about there. Yeah, as long as you draw it horizontally parallel, so like to the other horizontals. And then draw one straight down. Hi. No. Okay. No Tony either. I know, he's my rock. Miss him. Old Nasty here is waiting for me. Anyways, after you've done that, the last thing you do is, did you all choose a spot? It doesn't matter where. Do this. You now can erase the points that are behind it, like this. Just lightly with your eraser. I actually like to see that you've done the work. But when you do this, do you see how it's going to look like a box that goes off forever, like off into the distance? Try that out. See what you got. What you end up with should look something like this. box at the last step. Now, does that make sense? There's a couple of them for you to do. Like, even I can make drawings look decent with this. This is kind of cool. I actually liked it, doing the perspective drawings. The last thing you need to look at is an exploded view of things. And I'll just look at that with you. And then you guys can go back and try this. Sketch an exploded diagram. This is page 6, I think, of this shelving unit. So what that means is, if you pull the shelving unit apart, you got, like, you know, this center board is this one here, the top, and the bottom down there. How is it pieced together? Like, this is like a set of instructions, kind of like you were just given the boards. How would you put them together? So you'd say, well, the top, middle, and bottom, the sides here. Well, then you just show the dotted line, dot, dot, dot. That goes in here. This goes in here. The top comes down. That's what this is showing. This middle shelf just connects to the backboard. This one goes up. There's a number of ways you can do this. But that's what you're trying to show. It takes a bit of imagination to pull apart. Pardon? It's all what?
I watched everything you just did, but I didn't catch anything.
Okay. Yeah, well, until we do one. Do you kind of see what this is trying to do? This is the instructions to put together this box.
Oh, yeah.
Now let's just try one on the next page. Sketch an exploded view of this box. Oh, I'll put this. Now, you got to use a bit of imagination. I like to kind of, I think we'll start with the bottom. I like the bottom, makes more sense to me. I'm going to draw mine freehand. You can see on my work here, I've, I used a ruler and stuff. Here I got to use freehand. I'm going to say, there's my bottom, right? Now, that's not a perfect drawing. You guys could draw with straight lines at least. Now, I'm going to draw right above this. My front panel. Okay. I'm going to just take, because it is hard, some people can see 3D easily, some people can't. Do you guys see what I'm just drawing right here? This front here, that's what I'm just drawing there. I put it straight above, and I use dotted lines to show that, straight above the bottom panel. I'll give you a minute to try that. So the trick is too, you have to draw it with that 3D kind of angle thing that we were doing with dot paper before. Just freehand-wise, just kind of put those at angles, because I think Tiana, yeah. Make sure you have that little angle on it so that it looks like it's 3D. This is the trickiest type of diagram, just from scratch. I'm thinking it's probably easier for me to think about what's above. Don't want that either. Are you with me now? Yeah. I'm going to go straight up. The top of the box, right? Well, the top of the box should be here, right? And then I'm going to draw that. And we'll slam it down on there. Now, try to make it so that it looks like it's the same size as the bottom of the box, wherever you drew it. And so far, that's what we have. Now, one other thing, I've got the top and the bottom and the front. Where would you put the back? Well, first thing I'm going to do is draw a dotted line, just kind of to make this all appear like it's. You see how I kind of connected the four corners of the top and the bottom with dotted lines? I stopped drawing them though here because I don't want them, the behind line, like that dotted line here is actually behind the front panel, right? Now, where would you put the back of the box? You can't see it here, but yeah, we would line it up with this stuff here. You sort of see how it would be like lined up like this, and then, oh, sorry, it wouldn't be there. It would be right here. Kind of like that. That would be the back of the box. It's exactly it. That's what that other example that we were looking at kind of shows you. If you take, you do get it. Okay. I knew you would. You're a smart kid. So then, to the right and the left, I'll do the right-hand side first. This right-hand side square, come off like this. Oh. And then do that by, oh my God. Likewise. So I'm just showing how that side fits together. And the left side would be something like that too, right? Too much. I guess it would show up. Now, do you see what this is trying to describe? How these fit together? Because I'm going to let you work on the rest of this. I'm going to pause the recording. Due to technical difficulties, took a few stabs at this.